Multivitamins, baby. A lot of people taking them. Not every one of them is high quality. You know, Flintstone vitamins aren't so high quality, but their commercials are fun for kids. So when I was a little baby boy, I had some Flintstone vitamins Grandma gave me. But then as I matured, became a fitness trainer, did some health coaching, life coaching, wellness training, take some health courses at the graduate level as I near the completion of my master's degree in health at the University of Alabama. Prior thereto, I earned my second master's degree in global food law at Michigan State College of Law. Wrote 2 books titled The Future of Food, Volume 1 and 2, How to Improve Global Public Health and Food Safety and Make Life Better for Consumers, and label our ingredients that are killing people across the country and the world. A lot of people are okay with that, sadly. They don't look at the ingredients or read that which they're consuming. And it's not by chance that the big print gives and the small print takes away. You see, the ingredients, when it's written in such a small fashion, that tells me that the manufacturer's trying to hide something. And recently, when I read some good books by a guy named Dr. Joel-Wallach, phenomenal writer, phenomenal doctor, a naturopath and a veterinarian, his book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Another book that I read by him called Rare Earths, Forbidden Cures. He and another woman by the name of Ma Lan, she's an MD and an MS, wrote these books, and I think they're great. They talk about certain diseases and illnesses and how to fortify them with nutrition and supplements. But sadly, Dr. Wallach hooked up with this company, at least back in 2014 when I started to read his books and buy the vitamins that he had been promoting, one of which was a company by the name of Youngevity, and I bought this Youngevity Classic, which Dr. Wallach likes to call the Mighty 90, and Youngevity manufactures this complex of vitamins, which apparently has 90 essential vitamins and minerals and nutrients. But when I bought this Youngevity Ultimate Classic, which was a liquid, tastes okay, it has an ingredient in there called citrus sweet. And now a lot of people are okay with some created word or trademark. I want to know what's in it, what's behind it. And I called Youngevity Classic at their number listed on the product, 1-800-982, it looks like 3189, and I went there to the website, youngevity.com. I spoke to and emailed and conversed and corresponded with some of their people at the higher levels, but unfortunately they never answered my questions, and that concerns me when you're making vitamins that you're touting as they're able to help people and give them nutrition. So I asked them, what is this citrus sweet? They never answered the question. I asked them, what is this ingredient, sodium benzoate, doing in the product? Because benzene is a petrochemical that was removed from gasoline in the 1970s in the United States, or at least reduced to 5 parts per billion in most parts of the country or less. And this benzene was found to be in water in Camp Lejeune, causing leukemia and cancer. It's very toxic. Coca-Cola removed sodium benzoate from its Coca-Cola back in 2008, as did Perrier water and other soft drink companies, because when you mix citric acid and sodium benzoate together, you get benzene. And benzene in any form, and the only Benz you want is a Benz, which is a Mercedes-Benz in your garage, baby. Otherwise, don't put it in your body. Get rid of it. So sodium benzoate, kind of a preservative, most likely why they're using it, but that doesn't mean it's good for me. Might be good for their profit margins, but it's not good for me. So they never answered the question, and they never answered the question about citrus sweet, though I gave them 3 to 4 months to do so. Emailed them, was extremely patient back in September of 2014. It's now January of 2015. Spoke to them in December. When you get them on the phone, half the time, or most of the time, they just ask you, what's your order number? You know, because they are more like a multi-level marketing company trying to sell product. They're more sales-driven than ingredient focused, and they don't have people on staff to consult you and tell you, well, this is what's in it, this is why it's good for you, and this is why we use it in our ingredients, in our formulation. They don't do that, sadly, which is why I'm going to stop using it. And they didn't refund me either. They said, we'll give you a credit for a future purchase. Sorry, honey, I'm not looking to make a future purchase with your company until you reform the way you do business and start focusing on health before profits. So Dr. Wallach is a great guy. He actually does a lot of his talks, most, I believe, about 300 a year, and he's, I believe, in his 70s. He travels around the country and the world doing talks on health for free. And he wrote this book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. But when I asked to speak to him, they said, well, you call this number and get on the radio show and give him your questions. Well, he didn't manufacture this product. Youngevity did, and they're based out of California. And he has endorsed it. So I thought, well, why don't I call them? So I can find other suppliers of vitamins that Dr. Wallach recommended, which I do. And I don't use Youngevity anymore. Another product that Youngevity makes is called Immortalium. And they had some ingredients in there that I wasn't thrilled about either, which you could not find represented or listed on the website, which is another cause for concern when a company doesn't list the ingredients in total on their website. So I looked at the formulation here of Immortalium, and I noticed there was some stuff here that I didn't particularly agree with. Hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose. Methyl is a, oftentimes if you read the book called Solvent Neurotoxicity, written by a PhD from Denmark. Solvent Neurotoxicity talks about these words, bens, methyl, ethyl. Those are solvents oftentimes used to formulate products, cosmetics, household cleaners, vitamins. And they oftentimes can cause neurotoxicity or cause your nervous system to run amok. And I read that book thoroughly, and therefore I try to avoid these words, methyl, ethyl, and bens. Unless, again, make an exception for Mercedes-Benz. But here, they had some things in their product that weren't very clear. And again, I gave them, excuse me, again, I gave them 3 to 4 months to answer my questions. I was extremely patient. They told me, email so-and-so. Well, I emailed so-and-so. That so-and-so dude never replied. Emailed them back a few times. Resent the email, reply all to everybody, forwarded again, never got a reply, called them, not interested, they're all about making the bucks. And if they can't make the bucks, they don't want to talk to you. Well, maybe they'll talk to me after I make this video, and at the very least, at least refund my money for the products like other good quality reputable companies would do, such as VitaCost, Amazon, Vitamin Shop. Other people, if you're not satisfied with the product, they'll happily give you your money back. Not Youngevity, because they're running a sales-driven operation. And again, I hope they change and transform that so they can have some longevity in their company. And Immortalium is based out of Chula Vista, California. And I have found that what I call other companies on their vitamins, they're a little bit more thorough and knowledgeable about what they're selling. And they're not just trying to quickly sell you and get your credit card information. So at the moment, my preferred vitamin, multivitamin of choice, is going to be Garden of Life. Vitamin code, which I will put a link on my video here after to help facilitate and navigate you to that purchase. But I do encourage you, however, to read Dr. Wallach's books. I think he's phenomenal. He's a great doctor, writer. He's helped a lot of people, and he's been on pastor and a lot of pastor pulpits and churches, visiting and speaking, helping the body of Christ. So he's a good guy, and he's got a lot of wonderful information. But when it comes to vitamin formulation, I think you can do better, and I would encourage you to do your research and make sure that you don't have any additives to the products that you buy. And for my third indictment of Youngevity, just in case you do not believe me, another product I bought from Youngevity, and this one I didn't even take because I was frightened by it, Ultimate EFA. EFA, essential fatty acids, essentially is for your skin and for your brain, because your brain is made up of myelin, which I learned from Dr. Wallach, 75%. That's why you need to eat eggs, and you need fat in your diet, nuts, fish oils. I don't eat fish because I just took a course in environmental health and got 100 in it, 100%. And the reason being is I learned that there's so much mercury and PCBs and lead and other harmful metals in the waters. There's so much pollution that we're dumping, as well as chemtrails in the sky, barium and aluminum, that when it rains, it gets down into our lakes and our rivers. People flush their pharmaceutical medications down the toilet and get into the lakes. And fish are basically ingesting them and becoming full of them. So I don't eat fish. The last time I ate fish was in China, and I felt ill thereafter. Of course, the water in China is even more polluted, but nonetheless, I don't touch fish anymore, and I have good reason to be concerned with the Youngevity Ultimate EFA. Reason being is because of all the fish they chose to use. They chose to use fish oil from tuna, which is a larger fish. So the larger the fish, the more the mercury. Mercury can cause mental slowdown. It can cause mental degradation. It is not useful to be consuming tuna or getting your EFAs from such a source. And when I asked where's the tuna coming from, never got an answer. And again, they just dance and evade the questions at Youngevity, and hopefully one day that will change. But until then, I've got to be a consumer advocate, health coach, and make some noise, as does Dr. Wallach, and you should too. Read his books and do your own investigation and research. Don't just believe what I say, but be intelligent and be wise in what you eat and ingest. Don't just take a multivitamin like Centrum or Flintstone when it's all got colors and additives to make it look pretty, but maybe isn't very healthy. So there are good questions to ask, and I wish people in our country would ask far more, and I wish the FDA would do its job and require further scrutiny and labeling of the products and the food and the vitamins that we consume and ingest. So may God bless you as you go forth and you pursue good health. If you're looking for a health coach, a fitness trainer, somebody to help rejuvenate you, anti-age, and help you renew body, mind, and spirit, that's what I do. I've written more than 20 books. Read my books on the future of food, volume 1 and 2 for a global perspective. Also, Geostrategy to protect environmental health and food security, another one of my good books. Wildly successful, and I would be more than delighted and excited to come speak in your city or your country if you'd invite me to do so. You can email me at info@paulfdavis.com, and may God bless you.